here for the
Affirmative.
intro to TikTok seminar. We got the recording going on. Perfect. Everything's looking good. So, bam, welcome everyone. Glad you guys can all make it. I know we changed times on such short notice, but you guys are all here, and I got some good stuff for you guys. Um, let's see, next slide. Boom. So here's the overview because I know your time is valuable and I wouldn't want to waste any of it, right? So we're going to talk about becoming an early adapter, the opportunity that's present now, navigating TikTok, setting up your profile, creating a plan, types of content, red flags, important factors, recording a video, and then R&D, rip off and duplicate. I have some time saved at the end for Q&A, and then there's not any more random photos of me with bedhead, but there is a couple of selfies of me in there. So we'll go right into the next one. So if you take a look at this graph on the top left right here, all you need to know is this is how people adopt ideas, right? And right now, there's only 5% of realtors, according back in 2021, using TikTok professionally, right? So we're still in the early stages of people integrating TikTok into their business. And you have to make use of the opportunity available now before the majority of the population starts using it and TikTok becomes a lot more diluted, right? And then there's a very last percentage of people who are probably never going to use TikTok, but it doesn't matter, right? And so TikTok has over a billion users in over only pretty much 4.9 years, which is a little less than half the time than that Facebook took, right? It has 131 million users in the U.S., which is about a third of the population, about. And in 2022, users are expected to spend an average of 38 minutes on TikTok every day. Now, there's only three social media platforms on the world that has an average time spent of over 30 minutes. That's TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. And TikTok right now is in the lead. And so TikTok is also the sixth most popular social media network. So more and more people are using it. All right, and so here's where the opportunity lies. Right, so I want to take a look at the very bottom here before we look at the stats and everything. Right, this graph comes directly from your guys' responses. So as you can see, and this was according to I think about 11 a.m. today. I last updated. We had a couple more people sign on after 11, but about 80% of you guys either don't have a TikTok at all or never use TikTok ever, right? So there's a lot of opportunity even amongst this community to get into TikTok and really take advantage of what's going on, right? And so you look at the demographics. Everyone says, "Oh no, it's only kids, it's only high schoolers, middle schoolers on TikTok." Well, if you look at the stats here, according to um, the data, there's pretty much almost 400 million users in prime buying age that are using TikTok currently, right? Next, we're gonna go to influencer status. And an influencer is pretty much anyone that has over 1,000 followers. And you don't have to gain 1 million followers. You don't have to be the next celebrity. But if you can just reach 1,000 followers, and we'll go into a little more as to why you need to get to 1,000 at least bare minimum, um, you'll be part of the 0.005% of all users, right? And in this bracket of followers, you have the highest engagement rate. So if you want to build your community, if you want to engage with the people who are watching and consuming your content, um, you want to grow on TikTok a little bit because that's when you get the most out of it, right? That's how you start building that business and getting the referrals and people reaching out to you and everything. And then just have some simple logic. If you start using TikTok now, you'll literally be ahead of 85 to 95% of the realtor population. Boom. So I told you guys in the email to download TikTok, right? So you can either just watch me, or you can pull out your phones and go on TikTok with me. Know that I'm gonna have some QAs on the back, so if you can't keep up with the pace I'm moving at, just know that I'll ask some questions and the replay will be sent out as well. Right. So on the right hand side, right here on this left photo, um, this is how TikTok looks when you first open it up, right? And from here, we see my good friend Dean. Shout out to Dean's team in Chicago. This was not planned. This was actually like the first photo I seen when I opened up my TikTok app because I followed Dean, because I'm a good man. And this first photo up here is how you follow people. Then to go down a little bit more, likes. This is to leave a comment. This is how you save a post so you can watch it later. And then you can share it to your friends. And at the very bottom, this little disc right here, this is how you can save the audio or click on the audio that they're using. If you look a little bit more to the left over here, you could also see again where the audio is, and you can also leave a comment. Now to move on to the second photo in the middle, at the very tippity top of the page here, there's two main feeds that you have when you're on TikTok. There's the For You page, and the For You page is pretty much what the TikTok algorithm thinks you'll like, right? So it'll send you, it'll put in front of you a bunch of content that they think that you're gonna watch because TikTok wants you to stay on the app. And then on the left side is the following. Following is self-explanatory. It's pretty much only videos of the people who you follow. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And then the last two things on the home page, right on the top left-hand corner, is the live. So this is how you see other people who are like other creators who are currently going live. It's not that important. Just wanted you guys to know. And then you'll see the search bar, and this is how you can start searching for stuff. To go to the next slide, if you're still with me, this is the Discover page. So you find the Discover page by clicking the second widget on the very bottom. If you can see my cursor, I don't know if you guys are with me, but here at the very top, you could search for anything you'd like. Whether it be contacts, people you know, hashtags, videos, whatever. This little box with a line in the middle, this is to scan a QR code. So in TikTok automatically gives you a QR code, and so if you have someone that you met in person or whatever and you want to follow them on TikTok, instead of looking them up, you can just scan their QR code and it'll automatically pop up, right? And here you can see all the trending musics, you can check the trending hashtags, and you can scroll through all these videos and stuff like that. If you do click on the search bar and you type something, I typed up my name, right, John Mendez, and then you see that I'll pop up. You could also click on a bunch of these things over here. So you can find users, you can find the videos, you can find sounds, you can find people who are currently going live, and hashtag. And the best part of all this is that if you click this little widget in the top right hand corner where the circle is, that's how you filter. So when you click on that, you can filter based on videos you already liked, videos you already watched. You can filter by the date that they posted it, so yesterday, this week, last month, the past 3 months, etc. And then you could also sort by either relevance, which means whatever you typed in the search bar, whatever's most relevant to that, it'll put it in that order. Or you can search by most liked. So that's how you'll find people who are making the most content. The next page is going to be the inbox page, right, which is the fourth widget down here in the bottom right and the bottom, right? So here I'll go through it really quickly, right? Here in the top right hand corner, you can send a message to a new person and it'll pop up like this photo on the right. But to go back, you could also see your new activities. This is where you'll see if people followed you, if people liked any of your video, if someone shared your video, if someone mentioned you in a comment or a post or anything like that. And then on the very bottom, you'll see your messages. So you can see who's been you've been reaching out to and everything like that. And then I'm going through this quick because most of the stuff doesn't really matter. I just want you guys to know what it is so you're not totally lost when you're on the app. And now the important part, right? So if you weren't following me before on your phone, this might be a good part too, to follow me. If you look at the top of the screen here, from left to right, this left one is how you find more friends. And this is how you find people in your contacts or Facebook or that you may know, or suggested people that you may know, and you could start following people through there or inviting people to join TikTok through there. This caret, you can skip over. Do not worry about that. It's not important. Then we have your name that pops up top. And then we have the eye. The eye also is not important. It just allows you to see who's been viewing your channel. Don't know what impact that has as to your account. It's completely not necessary at all. And then you have this little hamburger. At least I call it a hamburger. If you click on this hamburger, it'll ask you a question at the bottom of your screen. It'll say creator tools or settings. If you click creator tools, this is very important. Pay attention. If you click the hamburger and then you click creator tools, it'll pull you up to this second screen right here. And this second screen is important because you can see your analytics, so you can get to see how your videos are performing, which ones are doing the best, etc., etc. But more importantly is the creator portal. So similar as to how KW has the asks.kw.com page, and you can literally search up anything, and it'll have forms and Q&As and forums and stuff like that on whatever topic you'd like. This is the same exact thing, but for TikTok. This creator portal right here will teach you how to record videos, do the edits, how to virtually do everything that you can do on TikTok, all right here in this creator portal. So for whatever reason, you forget something or you want to try something new out, this creator portal has all that information for you, and that's available to everyone, no matter how many followers you have. And then the last important thing is the Q&A section, right? This Q&A section, this allows people, who are in your comments, who asked questions before, or if you see other Q&As that you participated in, things like that. And Q&As are important because you can make a video response to people. So if someone commented, "Hey John, how do I buy a home?" Instead of me typing back in the comments, "Well, you get a pre-approval, blah blah blah," I can reply with a video and make a video like that. Now if you go back to the main profile screen, these 4 widgets right here from left to right, this is your general feed. So when people click on your profile, these are what people are going to see. And as you can see, my first 3 video, when you look at the arrows, these top 3 videos are pinned. What TikTok allows you to do is they allow you to pin 3 videos. So whenever someone clicks on your profile, those are the first 3 that people see. And this is important because you can, put your highest performing videos or your most liked videos or videos that give the best first impression of yourself, and with these 3 pins right here. So it's very important. Usually I got one of a home tour that I did. I got one of a realtor does this hair video that I did, and then I had a funny one that had a lot of videos. So it's very important that you choose wisely which 3 you're gonna have pinned. The second widget next over here, this is your videos that you posted privately, so that no one else can see. The next widget over is videos that you liked before. So if you ever see a good video, you like it, you can come back and watch it over here. So kind of like your history. And then the last widget over is going to be your saved videos. You can also save sounds. So if you hear a good sound, someone did a trend, you could save the sound so that you can come back to it later and then recreate the trend as you'd like. So go on to the next slide. Alrighty, now if everyone can just go back to the profile screen or just pay attention to what I'm doing, either or. If you hit edit profile, it'll pop up this middle screen, or this middle photo, right? This is how it looks on the edit profile screen. So from top to bottom, you want to have a profile photo. You could do a video if you'd like. It doesn't really make any difference, but you want the photo to be congruent with all your other social media platforms. Like marketing is all about congruency, right? You want everything on each platform to look identical, so there's not different images of you, and people can more easily recognize you across platforms, right? So my headshot that I have here is the same one I have on my business card, which is also the same one I have on my Instagram and my Facebook, my business profiles, my YouTube, etc., right? Then your name. So here for your name, you can either put your first and last name and that's it, or you can put your first and last name realtor, your first and last name. I put CT realtor. You only have 30 characters, so you don't have a lot of room to play with. A lot of people just put their names. Right underneath that is the username. So you want your username to either be your first and last name and that's it, or your first and last name realtor, or your team name that you're going by if you have a TikTok for a team that you're doing. This is important because it's searchable. So you want people to be able to quickly and easily search for you or your business. Then the next most important part is your bio. For your bio, you want to make sure you have 3 things. And I always want to have that you're a realtor, or if you don't already have it in your name or your username, you want to make sure that you have your location that you serve. So for me, Fairfield County. And then you always want to make sure you have one last thing, so something about you or something that you specialize. So if you are a specialist in short sales or house hacking or fix and flipping or first time home buyers. Whatever your specialty is, you could throw that in there. Now, if we take a look at the right, this is an agent that I know. He's a friend of mine. Um, he's not in the KW family, but I go to him on his lives a lot, and he has a lot of good information. And so he has over 10K followers, right? So here's why it's important to start growing on TikTok. As you can see here, where the red circles is, he has a link, right? And with this link, you can click on his website, you can click on whatever you like, but you don't have access to put a link into your account until you get to at least bare minimum 1,000 followers, which is why earlier I was saying you want to at least get to 1,000 followers, because then you can put the link there and you can guide people. So if you have a scheduling app to that, you could have people get linked to pretty much virtually everything. He also has a Q&A feature. People can ask them questions directly. And these features you get more of once you reach certain statuses of followers. And then if you look at these two red arrows, you only get this once you get 10,000 followers. But what they are essentially is a playlist. So if you click on home tours right here, if you're on his page, you would get a playlist of all his home tours. And if you were to click on home buying tip, you would get a playlist of all his videos that are home buying tips, which makes it a lot easier for people to find what they need and what they're looking for when they come across your profile, right? But these are only accessible once you reach a certain following. The playlists are only accessible once you reach 10,000, which is a bit of a stretch, but you really want to hit 1,000 so you can get the link. So to go to the next one. Now to get off of TikTok a little bit and talk more strategy, and no worries, we'll be going back onto TikTok a little bit later to record our video. But so you want to create a plan. This is extremely important, right? And the first step of the plan is to create a posting cadence. Now, TikTok is an app where you can post a lot of videos in a day and grow extremely quickly, or you can post one every other day, right? But it's all important as to how much is feasible for you and what can you do consistently. So if that's one a week, great, do one a week, right? If that's one every other day, great, do one every other day. But you want whatever your posting cadence to be, you want it to be consistent, something that you're going to follow, and something that kind of challenges you a little bit if you're looking to grow, obviously. Second step will be is what do you want to be known for? I'm assuming all of you guys are on this Zoom call because you want to be known for real estate on TikTok, right? You could get more specific. You can look into home buying or specifically selling, or like first time home buyers, or people who are more elderly. It's like you can niche down as much as you'd like, but I'm assuming most of it's going to be something real estate related. You can get as specific as you'd like. Completely out to you. Step number 3 is you want to batch content to create room for spontaneity, right? So if you can plan out, one day to record 5 or 6 videos, and then sometimes when you don't feel like making a video on that day that's more spontaneous, you can have that content that you already batch created be posted as like a filler. And you can also kind of combine that with your posting cadence. So if like Tuesday and Thursdays are your filler days, whenever it's Tuesday and Thursday, just use some of your batch content to post the videos, right? So batching is great for long term, but when it comes to it's great for short term, sorry. But when it comes to a long term strategy, because TikTok is changing so much, batching isn't always the best content for long term growth. But when you're starting off, it makes it easier to get in the rhythm and get things going. So step number 4, it says 1 over here, but disregard that. Step number 4 is to strategically consume other creators' content, right? You want to observe how they record their videos, their captions, their topics, etc., etc. You want to then post videos and not worry about the 80% stuff, and that would be the hashtags, the time to post, the length to post, right? When you're first starting off, you don't really want to worry about that. You just want videos to come out and to come out consistently. You'll get better as you go along. You can kind of think of TikTok as the same way as posting an IG story. It can be a lot more random. It can be a lot less formal. It can be a lot more spontaneous. You don't have to be TikTok actually favors spontaneity. You don't have to have the most edited and most professional videos on TikTok. You can get away with posting, oh, let me just record myself right here, and you can get away with that. Whereas things like maybe Instagram or LinkedIn will be a little more strict about that. You probably would get less views on those platforms. Um, and after you get to about 50 videos, you got your niche down, you got what you want to be known for down, you're posting consistently. Then try posting something controversial. And I mean controversial in the real estate industry. So it can be, here's why the housing market crashing is actually a bad idea or a stupid idea, or here's why it's not going to happen. Something like that. Don't be afraid to go against the grain, and it'll be perfect if you can tie it to a trend. So let's say there's a new dance that came out, do the dance, and then have like the words on the screen show why the housing market isn't gonna crash. That's usually gets a lot of traction because people on social media, if you haven't already noticed, especially TikTok, they like to comment and they like to go at each other's head, especially when it's something controversial. And so the more people that comment, whether they disagree with you or not, the more times your videos get seen, and the more views that it will start accumulating. And so here are your 3 types of content that you can post, right? There's growth content, which is either educational, entertaining, or inspirational. There's nurture content, which is responding to comments, replying with videos, duetting other creators' content, and doing like Q&A, whether that's on a video or whether that's on a live. And then the last one is selfish content. So this is making some videos for you that could have nothing to do at all with real estate. This is like more creative ideas, things that you've seen that you might have liked, that you've seen that may have nothing to do with real estate at all, but you wanted to try it and you wanted to post it. When you're posting selfish content, it's more so for, you're not looking for engagement or followers or whatever. You're trying out something that you like, and that's okay on TikTok. And we're gonna go a little bit more into growth content, right? So for educational content, think like home buying versus selling tips. You want to think, here's the benefits, or here's why renting versus owning, and here's the facts. You can talk about investing. For more educational content, you pretty much want to speak as if you were talking to your best friend. Don't come off as a professor or a lecturer. Speak a little less, a little more casually, but provide that same value. You can post entertaining content. This can be your home tour videos, vlog style videos. This could be your nice little trendy dances with the info either in the caption or on the text that pops up onto the screen. Most of these entertaining videos are a lot shorter than your educational videos would be. And you can also post inspirational content, right? Mindset Mondays, talk about how real estate changed your life or a client's life and what it's done for you or your family, et cetera, et cetera. And so I know I changed the time last minute, so I don't know if you guys can see what this is. Pretty much all this is I pretty much use this website to pretty much gather up all the questions that people ask about real estate, and I pretty much put it into a CSV file. So I was part of the recording to say my apology for you guys all having to deal with this inconvenience of the time changing. I'm going to send you pretty much a CSV file with a bunch of different questions. And if you literally just take one of these questions a day and make a video on one of these questions, you'll have enough videos to make to carry you on until at least early 2023. So I'll be sending that along with the replay for all you guys. That way you guys don't have to ask, hey, John, what do I make a video on? Hey, John, what do I post about? I'm literally sending this to you, and you'll have it. And you could just take a question a day and answer the question and post it. And so here's some red flags, right? Here are why most realtors are terrible on social media. For example, this is a very controversial topic because I'm attacking other realtors. Nevertheless, grabs attention. The first reason is that they're not authentic. A lot of people try to come off as extra professional or try to come off as someone that they're not. And you should show your authentic self, or at least who you want to be. So if you want to get into luxury, but you're not a luxury realtor, but that's who you want to be, that's where you resonate most with, then it's okay to, I guess, fake it till you make it a little bit, or until you're actually more dominant in that area. But for the most part, you want to be authentic. You don't want to come off as someone who's someone that they're not, because people can smell that, right? Reason number 2 is that they're not personable, right? And that kind of ties in with the first one. And people sometimes, when you get into conversation in more formal environments, people do things such as code switching, right? And so you talk a little more formally than you normally would. When it comes to TikTok, and someone that's extremely famous for it is Glenda Baker. She curses, she talks with her southern accent, and she just literally has the conversation with the camera guy, and it comes off as a conversation, and that's naturally how she speaks, right? So you want to be just as you are with your best friend or your closest friend or your significant other. That's how personable you want to be to kind of when you're making these TikTok videos essentially. So people resonate with you. Um, Here's one of the biggest reasons why realtors are terrible on social media is they're salesy. After a video, they'll say something along the lines of, if you're looking to buy or sell a home with me, call me today, right? And if you were to cold call somebody, and mind you, these videos are 30 seconds long. I'm pretty sure if I were to cold call a FISBO, right, and 30 seconds into the call, let's say, okay, so come sell your home with me. They'd probably hang up the phone on me, curse me out, get angry, and get very defensive, right? So why are you making 30-second social media videos? At the end of the videos, you're asking people to sell their house with you or buy a home with you and stuff like that. It comes off as salesy, and people do business with people they like, know, and trust. And it's the same way on social media, right? You want people to like, know, and trust you, not to think of you as just some other salesperson, right? So don't make content that makes you come off as salesy. The fourth reason is they don't cater their content to the platform, right? So what works on TikTok doesn't always work on Instagram and vice versa, and YouTube and Facebook. You should spend a little bit of time if you're trying to post on several different platforms, either slightly changing the caption or slightly changing the text font of the video, things like that that are minor, but it'll cater that content more towards that specific platform, right? And the fifth reason is that most realtors don't have a why. They're either on social media because they see everyone else on social media, they don't want to get left behind, and they're kind of just posting to post, right? That posting to post isn't going to get you anywhere, and that's the same thing with anyone in life. You don't have a why as to what you're doing. You're just pretty much, with your eyes closed, just trying to hit something, and that's not a plan to succeed and grow in any aspect of life, right? And here's the most important factor on TikTok. It's the hook, right? And the hook can be either the camera angle that you initially start recording. It can be the text that is placed on the screen. It can also be something that you say that's provocative. So here's why you're doing X wrong, or if you thought X. And you want to have a commanding voice in the beginning to kind of tell people to watch the video, tell people to continue, to entice people to stop scrolling and continue watching. And you also want to tell them what's to come, what's in it for them. People want to know what they're watching within the first couple seconds, or if they're going to keep on scrolling. So the hook is extremely important because that makes people want to keep watching. And similar, I don't know most of you guys were on the intro to video seminar. The most important factor on most of these platforms, across platforms, is watch time now. And the only way to get more watch time is to have an important hook. That's the first thing that people are watching when they're scrolling. So if you can't hook somebody in, you'll never be successful on any platform. Now, the second most important factor on TikTok is the call to action. And when you're in your beginning stages, the most important call to action is to ask people to follow you. And you want to usually put this in the last 3 seconds of the video. And you want to have a call to action that everybody wants. And you can use this format. If you're looking to buy a home and where it's highlighted, you can insert your whatever. If you're looking to buy a home, make sure to follow me because I make video on home buying tips. So if you're looking to buy a home, that's me finding out who's my target audience, right? You want only your target audience to follow you. So if you're looking to sell a home, that would be your target audience. If you're looking to invest, that would be your target audience. And then make sure to follow. You could make sure to share your video, make sure to like this video. But when you're starting off, make sure to follow you. You want people to come back to watch more of your videos. And because I make videos on X, you want to tell people why they're following you. They're not going to follow you for any reason. So you have to make sure that you tell them what they're in for once they do follow you. So if they're a home buyer, follow me because I'm giving you home buying tips. That's something of value that they say, okay, I'll follow this guy. Now, if we go back to TikTok, let's see, I'm doing good on time. If we go back to TikTok, right, and we click on the middle button when you're first open up your TikTok, that'll make you record a TikTok video, right? So this first screen on the left, we're gonna start at the very top here. This is how you add a sound, right? So you can either, once you click this second screen will pop up. You can either search for a sound. You can, Drake just came out with a new album. So if I wanted to put a new Drake song on there, I can search up one of Drake's new songs, or I can search up a trending song. The second arrow here, where it says discover or favorites, this is where you can search for all the audios that you saved or that you hearted. And that looks like here in this little circle right here, you can save audios. And when you come back to search for sounds, you go into your favorites and they will all pop up, right? So TikTok will give you its list of recommended songs. They also give you a bunch of playlists that you can click. And if you keep on scrolling downwards on the music section, you'll just get more and more suggestions for music, and it'll go down by genre, and then you could click something that you like. Now, if you click the X and you get back to the main screen, and then you'll be in this photo here. So from top to bottom, I'm going to go through all of the little widgets. The first one, self-explanatory, is flip. That's just the flip camera back and forwards. The second one down, and unlike Instagram, TikTok has everything labeled. So you can kind of read everything. Speed is how fast you want to record the video, either in slow motion or you can record it in hyperspeed, right? Next one down is enhance. Think of enhance as like a beauty filter kind of. Enhance just like enhances your skin complexion or the lighting. Next one down is filters, which will go pretty much the same thing. It's kind of like enhance, but it's a specific filter, and you can go through and play with those. Not really important at all. The next one is timer. So this is exactly identical to Instagram. If you're familiar with making reels, you can either have a 3-second timer or a 10-second timer, and you can also have the timer set where it stops recording after a certain set of time. So you can set the timer for 3 seconds and make it stop recording after 5 seconds. So that's super convenient if you have to prop the camera down and then run away till you get ready and get positioned and then record the video. The next one down is library. This is like a bunch of GIFs and like Bitmojis and things like that. Not really important at all, so you don't have to worry about it whatsoever. And then reply is how you can respond to comments and Q&As and things like that. So it's great if you have a reel. Let's say I did 5 tips to buy a home, and in the comment section everyone's like, oh, should I get pre-approved first, or should I buy cash, or should I use financing, things like that. All those questions and comments, you can then click on them through here and reply to them by making a video, which is what I mentioned earlier. Boom. So next slide. So now we're still on the main screen. We still haven't started recording yet. What I want you guys to do, if you're following me, is go on the effects, which is this here in this bottom left, if you guys could see my cursor, right? If you click on these effects, the second screen will pop up and you'll have a bunch of effects. I clicked the minion that was dancing just because it caught my eye first. After you click on an effect, or even if you haven't clicked on an effect, press the middle button and then record. It could be just record for a couple seconds if you're still with me. And after you record for a couple seconds, hit the check mark. You would hit the check mark here on the bottom right hand corner. This will bring you to the next page. So if we start on the left screen here, from top to bottom again, the top one is text. So if you click on text, it'll pop up this screen right here. And from here, if you're on the second, we're on the second photo, from left to right, this is to change the what's highlighting. You can either highlight the text or make it bold. This one is to make the text center to the left or the right or the middle. This next button is to make the text have a voice, like text to speech, so it'll have a voice read the text out. And then here you can change the font, and right underneath you can change the color, right? So then if you go to the third screen, once you've written something out, if you click on the text, you can either put text to speech again. You could set the duration. So this is important because sometimes you want to have your title of the video for the entire video, but sometimes you only want it to have for the first portion, or for your example, you can have a call to action and you can set the duration where it's only on the last portion of the video in the last 3 seconds, or you can click on edit and then you can retype and things like that, right? Now, if we go back to the widgets, so the top one is text. The very bottom one, the next one is stickers. With stickers, you can put your hashtags, your Q&As. You can mention people. You can start a poll, or you can put like emojis and like sparkles and stuff like that. Do not put any emojis on the screen. Don't put any sparkles. Unless you're doing like a poll, the stickers aren't really necessary at all. Right underneath, you'll have the effects. We'll go into a little bit after this one. You have the filters again. The next one down is adjust clips. This helps you to trim out either the beginning or the back of the video. If you have recorded in like different segments, it'll allow you to then rearrange the segments as well, and you can individually trim the videos. Next one down after adjust clips is captions. If you're having a video that's an educational video and you're talking about where the market is headed in the next month, whatever you have that you're saying in that video, the captions will auto generate for you, and then it will pop up in the video. That way you don't have to manually do it. And then now that you recorded a little bit, if you click on next, this screen will pop up here. So this is the last screen that pops up before you're ready to make an actual post and post it to your page, right? And if you look at the top here, this is where you put your hashtags and your caption. And if you're mentioning someone, you can add them as well here. Then right next to it is select cover. If you click on select cover, this screen will pop up, right? And then you could crop out which part of the video you want to make the cover for, right? So if you know the middle of the video, you're touring a nice house, right? In the middle of the video, you have a kitchen that's beautiful. You could slide this over to the middle of the video to show off the kitchen. And then on the very bottom, you can add text, and it'll format it in whatever format's down here. And this is good because then make sure you're having all the covers be the same text. That way you have like a good aesthetic when people see your feed. This is not that important, but it makes it look a little cleaner. Right, now if we go back to the left screen here, you could tag people. You don't need to add any links, so skip that. You want to make sure it's visible to everyone. You want to make sure that people can comment on it, that people can do it, and people can stitch it. And then the more options you don't have to worry about. And then here on the bottom left, you can post it to messages, Instagram, or Instagram stories, which is amazing because Instagram doesn't allow you to directly post on TikTok. But TikTok allows you to post on Instagram, right? And then once you have everything all set, you can either draft it. So what a draft is that it saves into and you can come back to it later, or you could post it, right? And now to put TikTok away for a little bit, here's how you pretty much want to properly grow on TikTok, right? The first step is you want to set up the algorithm. And by that, I mean you want to search up real estate and then go to the filters like we mentioned and filter by most liked. And then scroll through a couple videos and see who's, producing videos that are getting over 100,000 likes and things like that. See who's the most liked videos are. And if you see these people pop up multiple times, follow those people. When you're starting off, TikTok doesn't know what type of content to feed you. So you're going to have pretty much a blank slate, and you're going to be getting a bunch of random content, right? You want to follow 10 to 20 people in your niche, and then like their videos, watch some of their videos when you're first starting off. And then from there, TikTok's going to get the idea, okay, this guy likes real estate, or this, they like investing. And so you want to follow the people in your niche just so the algorithm gets an idea where to categorize you. You then want to strategically consume. So once you find these 10 to 20 people that are doing whatever you want to do successfully, you want to pay attention to the length of the videos, right? you want to do the hooks that they're using. So if they're saying stop watching or stop scrolling, you want to take note of that. And then when you make your videos, you know that you want to start off your hook with stop watching or stop scrolling. You also want to make sure you copy their call to actions. So if they're putting their call to action, they're saying it in a certain type of way, or they're saying it at the very, very end, or like a little bit towards the middle, copy what they're doing. And from there, you kind of want to rip off and duplicate a little bit. You want to run with what works, right? You don't want to, the same way for in real estate, you want to use models and systems that are already proven before you start getting creative. The same way with TikTok. You want to use the models and the systems. That'll be the the influencers that are already making a bunch of videos. You want to do what they're doing to start growing on TikTok properly, right? You want to reuse sounds that do well. Let's say you have one video on how to buy your first investment property, and it does very well. Make a part 2, make a part 3, make a part 4. Keep the parts going as long as you can until the views die, right? You want to repeat the same intro or outro that works. By that, I mean like the same hooks and the same call to action. So if you know one call to action or one hook is always getting people views, keep on using it. With TikTok, you want to abuse whatever is working until it doesn't work anymore. And where Instagram, if you do things repetitively, eventually they'll catch on, and then they'll see that you're trying to abuse the algorithm, and they'll penalize you for that. With TikTok, you can get away with more of that. So as soon as you find something that you like, keep on running with it. And then the 5 main principles. Now, the first one, it might not be possible for a lot of people. It's not possible for me. I'm not going to sit here and act like I do this because I can't yet. But you want to post 3 to 4 videos per day, right? And for TikTok, the reason you can get away with this is for 2 main reasons. Is because usually less produced videos perform better, because people want you to be, TikTok, as I said earlier, wants you to be more spontaneous. So you don't have to have the best edited videos. You can, be a little more spontaneous. You can do it on the fly and get away with it, and it'll still perform pretty well. Another thing too, TikTok judges each video individually, whereas Instagram pretty much judges you based off how your content is overall doing. So if your last 3 posts on Instagram did poorly, most likely it's going to be difficult for that 4th post to do well. But if your last couple videos on TikTok did poorly, because TikTok pretty much judges each video individually, it has a better chance of either performing well or going viral, right? And then so the second principle is that you want to pick the right length of video. So when you're first starting off, you can either try and do 7 to 11 seconds, 17 to 22 seconds, or 35 to 44 seconds. If that's too specific for you, you can just stay under 30. If you're under 30, you should be fine for the most part. And then as you start strategically consuming and you're seeing what works in your area, in your niche, then you cater your content to how those other people are also making the content, right? Number 3 is you want to split test. And you want to use the same video with the same hook and call to action and change the length of the video. So for example, stop if you want to learn how to buy a home. Here's what you need: credit, income, assets. Make sure to follow me for more home buying tips. That was a very quick video. I could do the same thing with the same call to action. Stop if you want to learn how to buy a home, and then give more information, and then at the very end, use the same call to action, right? Because you want to compare apples to apples, right? Not apples to oranges. So use the same hook and same call to action. Just you either talk more or talk less in the middle, and see what length works best for you. Right? That's how you split test properly to get an idea as to what length of videos you should be posting. The 4th main principle is that you want to take part in current trends, right? TikTok doesn't necessarily favor originality. That's why you can abuse videos and keep on abusing. Abuse is not the best way to word it, but you get what I'm trying to come across. Is you keep on reusing TikToks and sounds and call to actions and stuff like that. That works. All right. So you want to, once you find something well or find something that's doing well, whether that's your own video or that's a trend that's currently going off, you want to hop on those and keep on using them until you can't use them anymore. Right. And then you want to have a strong call to action, and you want that displayed in multiple ways, but have it one specific call to action. So that could be follow you. That could be you actually verbally saying it in your video. Follow me for more home buying tips. That could be it popping up in the video as a text. Follow me for more home buying tips. or that could also be in the caption as well. Follow me for more home buying tips. But you want one specific call to action, but you want to have it displayed in several different ways across in within the same video. And so here's a couple of hooks that you guys can use that I came up with you guys for. Is the first one being is find a solution to a problem. Here are 4 tips to help you stop procrastinating. The solution, the 4 tips, the problem, procrastination, right? Quick and easy, boom, boom. Second one is first person narration. This could be you doing a voiceover or like text bubble. So let's say you're doing one of those home tour videos or a day in a life type style video. You could do a voiceover and narrate what's going on in the video. And the third is a direct audience call out. So that's you literally telling them either stop scrolling, wait, keep watching. Are you looking to X, or are you X and looking to, or are you, let's say, are you 60 years old and looking to downsize? That's an example that you could use for a hook, right? The next one is question or scenario proposition, which is here's what will happen if you ... Here's what will happen if you buy a home and put 20% down. Something, but it's a scenario. Or have you ever thought of buying a home? That's a nice hook that you could use, right? The next one is quick motion. This is more so for like with your camera. So this could be you like snapping your camera onto your screen, or use an effect to pop in, or it could be you having a camera already propped and you just run into the camera, like run into the frame. So that one's also quick and easy. And the last one is an unusual element. This could be, let's say you have a giant, one of those like 10-foot streamers that fly that says open house. It could be something like that. With the unusual element, it could also be like a metaphor that most people probably never heard of. It's more so to catch people off guard. And by catching them off guard, you intrigue them and make them want to stay in the video. Alrighty. So, I flew through all of that information, so I'm assuming most of you guys will have a question. Because I flew through all of that. Nakia, I can't see anything. Can you help me out a little bit as to, who has a question, who doesn't? In the meantime, if you guys all scan this QR code, as my thanks, you can follow me on TikTok, and I'll follow everyone back, and we can all grow together.
Awesome. So while you were talking, John, I saw people starting to throw their TikTok IDs into the chat. So I created a quick Google form. So if you hop in there, put your TikToks, and I'll share the form and the results back out to John, and he can share that with everyone. So there, because I know some people are on their phone, some people are on whatever. So now you have an access to have a list of people who are going to be new on TikTok, and we can help support one another. First hand up, we've got Kathleen Garden in Michigan. What do you got?
Hi, thanks, John. John, that was so much. I'm a little bit older, but I'm really pretty savvy on the tech. So that's a lot to absorb in one thing. Is there any way in the near future we can do to recap like TikTok 101 and TikTok 102? So we got the first kind of like, just going over the, like we got the beginning, we know how to set it now, because that's a lot of data.
Yes, I know. Sorry about that. I'm trying to
it was great.
Make it as value packed as possible. Not anytime soon, but I am trying to work on in the future, just creating, because it's for the most part it's all the same people. It's all for the most part my Pivot Shift family, and some people from my office as well. Creating like a community where we could all like go specifically for like realtor social media advice and kind of bounce ideas off of each other.
Right. But I mean, like how there's command training, right? For command getting started, then there's level 2, level 3, level 4. I'm just saying for me, this was a lot of information to take in at one time.
Yeah, definitely. I say, so then to answer the question more directly, so if you go to your profile on TikTok, and then in the top right hand corner, you click the 3 little lines, and then go to creator tools, go to that, and let me see if I can scroll back to it a little bit. Give me a second. Right here where it says creator portal, right? This will have literally everything you need to know on TikTok. How to create, do transitions, how to create your first video, how to set up your account. Virtually everything that you need to know on TikTok that you might have missed here is on this creator portal.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Next.
I'll go next.
Plus, we're getting the recording, right? So
that's
it's all recorded. John,
yes.
Do me a favor. Never, ever, ever do something this amazing again without charging people. Seriously, do not do this for free again. The next time you do it, and if you do whatever, you have to put a fee onto it, because this is incredible information. And now I'm looking through my TikTok channel going, oh my God,
I agree, John.
Yeah, you obviously put so much work into this, and I don't think anybody here would mind paying $25 or even $50. So do not do it for free. Will you promise me that?
I was gonna say that. I think we should pay it now. Like, honestly, John, I mean, it's a choice for people, but if you want to pop your Venmo in the chat, I would be more than happy to pay you $25, $50. You just name it, and people can choose what they feel. Because I'm like, I was getting ready, and I'm just like hearing some of this, and I'm going, holy cow, it's meant to take hours.
Just something around those lines. This one is from a good place, so not for this one. But
hey John, you'd have to have Zoom on Venmo for us to Venmo you to TikTok.
Most likely. Oh my goodness, you guys ruined my plan for my next. I'll go into that next slide. Next question before I get start smiling too much.
Hey John, I have two quick questions, and yes, I agree. Thank you. And Venmo is not. I would do it for sure. This is so valuable. Can you speed up a video after you've? Can you upload video and then speed it? I know you said you could speed it up while you're recording, but can you upload a video and speed it up?
So yeah, so that's how I do my home tour videos. I have an app called CapCut, CAPCUT. Now that was a little more advanced, and I probably would have lost a lot more people if I went over that. But it's called CapCut. It's a free app. You can edit it, videos, and I use that for all my videos. Anything that I'm doing, I use CapCut to edit it. You can speed it up, slow it down, add text, add auto captions, and it's free.
And the other, I'm sorry, I just want the other question is, can you block people? Like if you get some weird person, can you block them?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can block anyone.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Hey, John, can you do a speed up and a slow down in the same video several times?
Yeah, that's how I do my home tour videos. I do that all the time. So if you guys scan this QR code and look at my page, the video that's pinned on the top left, that video I sped up, slowed down throughout, and put some music in the background. But yeah, within the app, you can. It all comes with playing around with it. That's how you get good at some of this stuff. It's just simply playing around with it. But yeah, you could speed up and slow down within the same video. And you could speed up and slow down certain segments as well.
Yeah, I've seen your home videos. They're fabulous. That's what I was asking. Yeah. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Margot has had her hand up for a long time.
Yeah, and I think, is mine up or is it not up? Because I think I was after.
Yeah. No, it's not up. Margot's hand has been up for a long time.
It's not up? My hand's not up?
Hey, everybody. I was just curious, John. I really love your videos, and I thank you so much for all the valuable information that you gave us. I was looking at the one video that you have with the car. How do I do that? Because I want to do that. Is that more difficult to navigate on?
No, that's actually just a filter. So there's like a filter that I use, and then I seen it on a video that I liked, and literally I just clicked on the video, and then there's a button that says use filter, and it does it for me. So nothing magical or anything like that. I think she's mute.
Thank you. That's awesome. It's that easy. That's fantastic. Yes.
John, I have a technical question. How do you, like, when you see they find these audio clips and then people are like talking to the audio clips, how do you do that?
Give me more specific. That's pretty broad.
Okay, so let's say you've got a voiceover from a comedian, and you're talking it. You're like it's
mouthing the words.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
so
do you want to know how he gets the sound bites?
Yeah. So you just pick the audio, and in the audio, sometimes the audio is just them speaking, and then you could speak on top of any audio.
Where do you find the audio though?
So let's see. Can you see my screen still?
Nope.
If you can see my screen still.
Yes.
When you're on the Discover page and you search, go to sounds, and you could search for any sound that you'd like here. And this is
also, if you're on TikTok and you see something you like,
you could save it and then go back to it later. as well. But yeah, okay. I think Erica was next, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you. I have actually a couple of quick questions. Number one, I was kind of thinking, because we're like throwing a bunch of questions at you and it's, coming kind of fast. The thought process is that maybe creating a private Facebook group, and then maybe in order for us to be in it, we pay something small, like $10 a month. And then if someone has a question, they ask it, and then you answer it, and everyone else in the group can see the question. So it's not like this unreasonable, like, not that people couldn't afford more, but just makes it so reasonable for people to just $10 a month. They post a question, you answer it within 48 hours about this. Maybe you'll direct us to a link, or you'll direct us to a picture or something like this. I'm just thinking, so that this way you're not like one-to-one answering all these questions, and we can kind of compensate you for your help. I'm curious how you feel about that.
You're putting me on the spot. I'm not gonna oppose the idea. I guess if people
he's here to sell real estate, Erica.
I mean, I can very much so do that, but I don't know. Come from contribution. I don't know. I'm not thinking about charging people when I do this stuff. It's just, giving back.
That's awesome, John. Thank you so much. Janet Raby Meyer down in Florida. You had a question?
I do have a question. My question is, and you might have covered it already, are we able to upload video that we've made just some other time and put it into TikTok?
Yeah, sorry about that. I should have mentioned it. So when you're on the original video screen, right? If you look at where my cursor is right here on the bottom right-hand corner, if you have a video on your phone that you already pre-recorded and you want to upload, you would just click here, and then it would pop up, and then you would click the video that you want to record. Or you could even upload a photo as well. And like, let's say you want to do like a bunch of photos back to back to back, you can upload photos from here as well. So you would, on the main video screen, when you first click on the plus sign in the middle, and the screen pops up, just look on the bottom right-hand side, and you should see upload, and that's how you get to it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, John. Juan Benitez in Key West. What's your question, please?
Thank you, Nikia. John, first of all, thank you so much for doing this. It's just amazing. Two questions. Other than the CapCut app that you mentioned, do you use any other app for editing?
I tried out another one called Splice. It's SPLICE. Some of the features you do have to pay for, so I stopped using it because, realtors are cheap and we don't like paying for stuff because we're in a shifting market and we got to cut expenses. Exactly. Joking around. But CapCut has everything you need. You wouldn't need any other apps.
Got it. Second question is, you mentioned some realtor who has more than 10,000 followers, but who else do you follow for, let's call it, content inspiration?
Who else do I follow? So I could follow up with an email on that, but off the top of my head, Glenda Baker's a good one, Tom Ferry, Matt Leonetti, Broke Agent Media. I could come up with a list and send that in the goodies that along with the replay. So I just make a list of people that I follow.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Alrighty, I think Diane has her hand up.
Yeah, I have a question. You recommended that should our username be the same for Instagram and TikTok, or?
Yeah, for everything. Want everything to be as congruent as possible, so that it's just marketing. You want everything to. There's no differences whether it's in font or with anything in marketing. You want everything to come off as the same message on every platform, so people never have a hard time following you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, John has been so very gracious with his time and energy, and thank you for all of your amazing, wonderful questions. That bold law, all task will expand to the amount of time allotted. So we have consumed the amount of time allotted for this amazing training. John, thank you so very much for taking your time, talent, and treasure and sharing with us, those of us who are novices. And I'll refresh back one more time back into the chat. I created just a super simple Google form for you to put in your TikTok ID so that we can follow. I'll share it with John and we will get it out to everyone who replies and everyone who registered. So if you want to follow some newbie TikToks and give everybody some support, especially seeing as how TikTok, their videos are individually ranked. So it doesn't matter how many that's why you see so many repeated TikToks on TikTok. John, this was amazing. Great information. Very well presented. perfect for someone like me who just literally downloaded TikTok because I was following directions as you sent them out for this course, so I can be able to look at it. Y'all about to be sick of me, but thank you so much.
Right.
We'll post it in one more time, the link into the chat. If you just even if you're on your phone, you can click on it and just put in your ID and we'll share it back out. Follow for follow, help us grow our influence and engage. The secondary part of any social media is engagement, right? And so that's how anything that we put out will be seen is by our engagement. So I'm going to call this a close.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here.
One last thing for everyone that's still here. Realtor seminar coming August 19th. Save the date. The Friday before Mega Camp. Just know I got some more value coming for you guys. Save the date.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, John. You're amazing.
Good luck, John.
Thank you, John.
Have a great weekend.